You are now listening to Vigilantes Radio, presented by the Only One Media Group. This is the people's choice for quality interviews, celebrities, and special guests. Hosted by Demetrius Dini Reynolds. Call in to join the mix at 701-801-9813. For the complete archive of episodes, visit onlyonemediagroup.com and be sure to like us on Facebook at Vigilantes Radio. We welcome all. Enjoy the show. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome your host, Demetrius Houdini Black Reynolds. Enjoy the show.
Hello and welcome to Vigilantes Radio. I'm your host, dini-mussolini, and right now there's over 10,000 of you guys in our chat room, on the phone lines, using Google Hangouts, Skype, the browser, all the plugins that I use to run these shows. So I definitely appreciate you guys for tuning in. We have a very special guest, so you definitely want to stick around for that. And again, as it was earlier, we will have to apologize because there are some minor technical difficulties. We are in a pretty much lightning storm, so the delay is kind of iffy. The network is iffy. All that kind of stuff that goes on during a lightning storm, you know. So, but we deal with it and we keep marching on. Yeah. So when you're ready to pay the price, only then can you truly enjoy and appreciate the benefits. If you get a reward without making the effort, it may look good, it may feel good, and it may seem good, but it won't do you much good. It won't teach you or compel you to grow stronger as a person. Have you ever played on a sports team that won a game by forfeit because the other team didn't show up? It's an empty victory. Sure, it goes on the win column, but it feels more like a defeat. After all, even though the goal is to win, the whole point is to play the game. Is the point of life to collect trophies? The trophies have value only when they represent the effort you have made and the person you have become. Seeking to obtain rewards of life without paying the price is like buying someone else's trophy at a garage sale. They may look impressive on your shelf, but they bring you no fulfillment and have no meaning because you basically didn't do anything to win it, you know? So, which would you rather have, the fruit or the tree? You know, the fruit is gone after you eat it once, and of course it tastes wonderful, it's luscious, it's sweet, and it's juicy. But the tree continues to provide that fruit season after season. The fruits of success are a poor substitute for actually living a life that brings success. Don't just grab the fruit and run. Take the time to plant and nurture the tree by paying the price and making the effort. Then you'll have all the fruit you could possibly need. Take that from me, dini-mussolini. That is my word, and word is bond.
Yo, hello and welcome to another awesome episode of Inside the Music, or Inside the Book, Inside the Business, where we dive into the minds of the people who create marvelous things. It feels so good to be back with you guys once again. So one time for my people who are indigos, crystalline, or starseeds, or for my Vigilantes audience family, and 2 times for my people who are vegetarian or vegans. If you're like me, we are averaging over 37,000 live listeners, and we've been at this for 4 solid years. I appreciate all you guys who've been rocking with the kid on this journey, and we are still evolving, baby. It is all because of you, most definitely. We are the people who have dedicated their lives to music, spirituality, business, literature, art, movies, and research in every aspect, and we want to allow you an opportunity to tell your story. Man, we've had celebrities on our show, from Grammy Award-winning artists to nominees to actors, comedians, CEOs, technology geniuses, visual artists, from authors to professors and aliens. or people think they're aliens. It doesn't matter who you are or where you come from. Come on our show and talk to me. So check it out. To book an interview or just to share a real cool story, email me at vradio@onlyonemediagroup.com. And that's V as in Victor. I'm passionate about what I do, just as passionate about what you do, and together, yes, together, we can get your voice heard by the people who should hear it. So let's create something incredible. You know the number to dial, 701-801-9813. Text that number to your buddy right now and tell them to tune in to connect with us or our guests, or you can hop in the mix directly from our website, onlyonemediagroup.com. Right from the homepage, you can slap that go live button and you'll be right here live in the mix and in the chat room with all of us. Feel free to shoot over some questions to ask our guests while they are here, but only as time permits. Sometimes my guests and I talk entirely too much and we take up the entire hour. And as always, all episodes are available for free download, and you can grab that from either Spreaker.com/Only One Media Group, iTunes, YouTube, or any app from the Google Play or iTunes Store, or over at our website. And that goes for every single episode that we've ever aired.
Well, all right. Come on. Put down your devices as we talk about all things music. We're hoping that our guest will be extremely open and honest with her answers about what's important in her music and how songs are formed and written. We'll talk personal stuff, professional stuff, and continue to drop beautiful knowledge into your ear holes so that your brain can soak up the insight. And I've always said it's inspiring to be inspiring, you know? And there's a very similar sentiment expressed in her music. So I guess you guys are wondering who I'm talking about. Well, it's KPH and the Canary Collective front woman. Her name is kaeley-pruitt-hamm. So with that, let's go ahead and welcome her to the show. Hello, you're now live in the midst with all of us. How's it going?
Hey, it's Kaylee. How are you?
Hey, we're doing great. How are you?
Oh, good. So it does look like there's a delay with the lightning storm.
Yeah, sucks, but we're here.
Thank you so much for having me.
Oh, most definitely. Yeah. Okay.
Where are you located? Where's the lightning storm?
Right now we are in Jackson, Mississippi, in the South.
Oh, wow.
Heat. Yeah. So a lot of things come out of the Gulf, and we have to deal with it. We don't necessarily get the tropical storms, but we kind of get the repercussions from it.
Yeah. There are going to be a lot more of those with climate change.
Oh, yeah. So, let's start at the very tippy top, diving into your background. So who are you, and where did you come from?
Wow, starting from the very beginning. Well, as I said, my name's Kaeley-Pruitt-Hamm, and I have a music project called KPH and the Canary Collective. Thanks for introducing me. KPH are just my initials, but you can remember it as like kilometers per hour. And I have a health story that has pretty much been my whole life, but the last 5 years have been especially challenging. And I have realized that I am a canary in a coal mine, which is why we're called KPH and the Canary Collective, because canaries are very sensitive. I'm sure everybody knows the metaphor of canary in a coal mine stems from people all around the world in the coal mining industry, all up until 1980 or so. Coal miners would take bird cages into coal mines with little yellow bird canaries in them. And the canaries are a type of bird where they are very sensitive with their lungs, and they have a lung capacity where when they breathe in, they take in a lot of extra air, and that means that whatever toxins they're breathing in, they get sick really fast from it. And so with them having smaller bodies, then when they breathe stuff and they start to stop singing, look very sleepy, have their eyes start to close, or even they would just faint and keel over in the birdcage, that would be the clue for the human coal miners to pack up and stop and go out into the light at the end of the tunnel, because that meant that soon they would keel over. And so I like to think of people who are dealing with chronic illness in this world right now, whether it's fibromyalgia or you're sensitive to chemicals and perfumes in everyday products, or you have cancer, you are an early warning sign for humanity to turn back around and forge a different path and stop using such toxic chemicals in our food system and our everyday products, and stop causing climate change with our fossil fuel projects. So my music is totally political. Sorry. But yeah, I'm very driven by wanting to talk about human and environmental health in my music. And I can give you more specifics about my childhood and everything, but that's the general gist of who I am in terms of my music.
Okay. So with your music being so political, like, do you stand to lose fans or maybe deals in the process because you strongly stand for something that you believe in?
Yeah, definitely. There are a lot of companies that are hiring people to have songs in their movies, or have songs in their, Nike shoe commercials, that they don't want songs that are, the lyrics are about women rising up and doing something about climate change. They want songs that are saying, I was heartbroken when you left me, or I'm beautiful just the way I am, which is great too. But I'm less likely to be hired by corporations when I'm standing and criticizing some corporate policies. But, a lot of people write songs about romantic love, and that is one of the most moving and important things to write songs about. But my angst, I mean, yes, I have love life drama too, but the stuff that really tears at my heart every day, that is threatening my survival, that is keeping me up at night, is, am I going to be able to breathe if there is a wildfire tomorrow in California and I have a lung disease and I don't have anywhere to go? Am I going to be able to afford housing? And so I write songs about the stuff that I'm thinking about, and that stuff happens to be political, but it's personal to me.
Yeah. Okay. So you have a new single, or you have a single out that you're promoting. There's a music video. I watched it earlier today. I love it.
Oh, thanks.
So tell everybody about this single. Yeah. I like artsy stuff like that, so that really fit my mode. But tell everybody about the song Damn Damn.
So the song Damn Damn, I'm actually at the site where we filmed the music video right now. I'm calling you from Joshua Tree, California, and I am so excited to share the music video and the single. They're both coming out, the audio and the video, on Friday, October 4th. So that's going to be out on Spotify and iTunes, and it's being premiered on several different publications, such as Stitch, Sound, Aesthetic Magazine, and Indie Music Discovery. And so I'm excited to be premiering that. And the single Damn Damn is actually about my my journey with chronic pain. It's a kind of a song that I started writing after I had finally gotten to afford some medicine for this chronic pain in my neck that was just torturing me for years. And I finally took medicine that helped it, and it was Lyme disease antibiotics. And so I actually just had to write a song about how relieved I was to be feeling relief from pain. I thought that it was just, I went to a lot of different doctors and had been asking, what is this pain in my neck? And they were like, oh, try holding your pencil differently, try getting a different pillow, try doing this stretch or that stretch, and nothing was helping. No pain numbing, no Tylenol, no ibuprofen would help at all, no massage. And it was just like relentless, keeping me up at night. And finally, doctors discovered that I had contracted Lyme disease and co-infections from a bug bite when I was camping in West Virginia. And I had that night after I got a bug bite, when I was 25, I woke up and I had drenched the sheets in sweat, and I had swollen lymph nodes in my neck, and the site of the bite was like the size of a ping pong ball in the back of my neck. It was so gross. But it's very difficult to diagnose Lyme disease because the insurance companies mandate that a certain blood test is used that is less than 60% accurate. So I got a false negative. So I was having that pain for years and was being denied the medicine that I needed to treat the infection. But once I finally, my friends fundraised for me to be able to afford the medicine, and it wasn't covered by insurance, but I tried it, and as soon as I took it, within 2 days, that pain, it felt like there had been a dam there, and it just broke and it released, and all of a sudden just cool, refreshing liquid rushed down my spine and my neck, and pain that had been like stopped up and stuck there for so many years nonstop was finally flowing. And it was like flow and balance was restored to the ecosystems of my body. And so I just like came home from my doctor's appointment that day, and I started banging on my glass table in my apartment. And then I started slapping my thighs, and I just took my GarageBand and my laptop, and I plugged in my USB microphone and recorded a demo for Damn Damn. And that was over 2 years ago. And I just recorded the actual single plus the 13 other tracks for my album, the Canary Collective, it's what it's called. I recorded that in Portland last year with Ryan Oxford at the Center for Color and Light Therapy. It's an awesome space in Portland, and he's the guitarist and a co-writer for the band Ila Bamba. Have you heard of Ila Bamba?
I have not, no.
They're an amazing band. You should definitely have them on the show if you can. But they're,
okay.
Yeah, so I've been working with them on the album, and the song Damn Damn is about that feeling of the dam breaking. And It's recorded in Joshua Tree. The music video is filmed there. I'm excited to share it.
Nice. I love it. So, is Damn Damn leading up to a full-length project or EP?
Yeah. So my first full-length album is called The Canary Collective, Volume 1. And I actually got a grant to record the album. And it's actually out right now on Patreon only. Have you heard of Patreon?
Yes.
Yeah, so as a disabled artist, I make some of the money that pays for my medicine that isn't covered by insurance by my fans, who are so incredibly generous, and they, charge their credit cards every month, just a recurring fee, kind of like a subscription service for my music of like $1 a month or $5 a month, or some are really generous and paying $100 a month, just whatever they can afford, to see me surviving and thriving and keeping alive. And so I wanted to repay my patrons, and anybody who wants to support me that way it's much preferred. So I released a playlist of my album that people get to listen to now if they want to go to patreon.com/kph. And so the album is out there, but it's going to be out to the general public in February. so in the meantime, I'm releasing the music video and a couple of singles like Damn Damn. And like I said, I got a grant to make the album from For Culture, which is a King County kind of Seattle area arts organization that seeks to provide grants for artists who are providing cultural services for people who are like underrepresented in communities, and trying to kind of unite and give voices to underrepresented and underserved populations. And in my case, my mission for the album is to provide cultural services like events and music to give more voice to the canaries of the world and the people who are dealing with chronic illness and who are being told by their doctors to try a different pencil and take Tylenol when in fact they actually have a brain tumor, which is actually much more common than you think. A recent study in the New England Journal of Medicine, they found that women were 7 times more likely to go into a doctor's office and say, I feel like I'm having a heart attack, or to go into the emergency room and say, God, my heart feels really funny, like you got to do something. And they're like, okay, calm down, woman. You're totally overreacting. Go home. And the women are actually having a heart attack. Women are 7 times more likely than men for that to happen. So my mission is to raise awareness about that with this album and the single.
Yeah, okay. I love it. And us music journalism types, we always find a way to ask about who's influenced your music, blah, blah, blah. But I want to take it a step further tonight. I want to know how some of those people who influenced your music kind of help shape the way that you perform in the studio.
Oh, that's a really good question. How I perform in the studio. When I'm recording in studio?
Yes.
Yeah. A really influential musician to me is Pete Seeger. I actually play the banjo and baritone ukulele and piano because I have arthritis, and since I developed Lyme disease, I stopped being able to play large instruments, and for a while I was bedridden, so I was unable to open my eyes or sit upright in a chair longer than a couple minutes a day. People had to help me walk to the bathroom often. I couldn't walk more than a half a block. And so I was pretty limited in what I could play, and also limited in my, just being able to perform in general. And so I really, even before I got sick, I was really into Pete Seeger because he is a people's performer. He involves people when he plays music, and he makes his songs political but also inviting to a lot of different kinds of people, and he loves for people to sing along, and he wanted his songs to be used in social movements like the civil rights movement. He would go marching, and he would include people and write songs that people could chant to and sing along to as they're marching in the streets for equal opportunity for people regardless of gender and race. So that's why I like to play banjo and baritone ukulele, partially because they're a lot easier on my fingers to play, and they're a lot easier to carry when I'm going out marching in the streets and when I'm at a protest. And so when I'm recording in studio, I want the bass of the songs to have the live feel, so that they can, when I perform them live, they can be replicated in a way that sounds familiar to people. Like, it won't be completely different than what it is in the album version, so that people can feel like they can sing along and they can get the message and the meaning behind the songs. And in terms of production and kind of all of the different layers of different instruments, I'm really influenced also by Sufjan Stevens and Cat Power. I really love them both and their style in terms of the more modern styles. I love Sufjan's layers of lots of different instruments, including strings, banjo, and backup vocals that could easily be done. Like, he doesn't have very polished backup vocals. If you listen to them, they're actually pretty off-key sometimes, which means that anyone can sing along. So it can feel very, accessible to people. So I really want to make accessible music. And I'm also really, really inspired by Nina Simone. Nina Simone is recorded in a video saying when people ask her about why she's writing political music, and she says, an artist's duty, in my opinion, is to reflect the times. So an artist's duty is to reflect the times, and the times we're living in call for songs that bring community together to think about ways that we can all take care of each other better as humans in society.
Most definitely, most definitely. So what about live shows? Do you have any coming up?
Yeah, I'm actually going on a little tour, and I started the tour this last weekend, Saturday, September 28th. I'm doing a house show series called the Canary Sunrise House Shows, and I'm kind of combining efforts with an environmental organization where I'm trying to use the performances every time I'm going on doing live performances. My call to action, besides just saying, hey, go out and buy my album by supporting me on Patreon, a call to action in addition to keeping me alive is to join Sunrise Movement. And the Sunrise Movement is a really awesome youth-led environmental justice and economic justice organization that was one of the organizations that is calling for a Green New Deal, which Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez is heading in Congress. So they're trying to push for economic programs that are sustainable and building a better world where we're not having a bunch of fossil fuel projects that are causing climate change and creating millions of jobs for Americans. And so Sunrise Movement is just an awesome organization. Yeah. So the songs, and every time I'm playing live shows, I'm doing that. But the next live show I'm playing is actually in Woodside, California, which is kind of near San Francisco, on October 11th, Friday. But it's you have to go to my Instagram and direct message me to find out the address. So you would have to DM me on @kph-canary-collective, one word, on Instagram. Again, that's @kph-canary-collective. And then the other show is in Seattle on Sunday, October 27th. And again, email me or find me via Instagram and find out the address. And then we have another LA show coming up November 8th. So we just have kind of spread out shows. I'm not doing a classic tour of music where I'm just rushing between tour stops because of my health constraints. So I've just got to do things, spread out, taking care of myself.
Most definitely, most definitely. So what about stage performance influences? Like, do those same artists that inspire you in the studio and music-wise also inspire like the stage side of life for you?
Yeah, those same artists definitely inspire me on the stage. I would say that I'm more inspired to use music in community, like in house shows, like just when we are, unfortunately, in the next couple of decades, I'm looking at the future, and I'm guessing that we're going to have a lot of situations in which we are stuck without power because of hurricanes or fires or floods or earthquakes, and we are going to need to come together. And the most important criteria for my music is that people can sing along to it, it's uplifting, and people feel like they're getting a bird's eye view of the world's issues through my music. And it just helps kind of facilitate that process of healing for people. So we're going to have a lot of sing-alongs throughout storms. And that's my stage. That's the stage I'm looking ahead to. But in terms of a more classic, like, I'd love to play music festivals and play more. I played the Folklife Festival. That was one of my first music festivals. And playing different stages, I look up to people like Imogen Heap. She uses a lot more technology than I do, which wouldn't be possible in the Although I'm trying to not use too much technology in my stage performances, I loved her. When I saw her live once in Seattle at the Paramount Theater, she had the most amazing crowd interaction that I don't know how she did it, but there were thousands of people there, or maybe there were 1,000 people there, and she got everybody to write a song with her right then and there. She had everybody pick a key. Someone shouted out C sharp minor, and she just picked that key, and then she said, okay, someone shout out a melody, and someone was like, or something like that. And then she had one side of the room sing that, and then the other side of the room sing another one. And then she just played and sang along to that. She recorded it live with 1,000 people singing along. And then she did that in each city. So every city on her tour, she did that, but then she recorded each crowd. It was their own composition, and she released it on iTunes. And whenever someone bought that for $1, she had everybody who had gone to the show vote which local charity in their city they would like it to go to, which environmental or social justice organization. So people who do creative stuff like that, like that's what I'm inspired by on stage. And aesthetically, I really love the band Camp Dogs. Camp Dogs and Sharon Van Etten. I love their performance styles on stage.
Okay.
Oh.
I love it.
There's such a big delay.
Yeah. I was like, wait, did we lose her? And I had to remember, we have that delay going on. Well, I'm ready to play Damn if everyone else is. I'm just so anxious to share this piece of music, this piece of art with you guys. So let's cut to that. Here's KPH and the Canary Collective with Damn. We'll be right back.
Since it's been fine, it's been some time. I filled with poison on the line, but now it's gone through tears of brine. He asked me, girl, why do you cry? Your body's fine, it's in your mind. But I kept looking, what I finally ate the fruit, buried the rind. For the sun, when bent, how is the drinking done? A river flows and trickles down, but why did it not reach the sound? Down, building up, I'm waiting with an empty cup for 2 long years. I felt the squeeze, now down, break it up, I'm bringing it to my knees.
All right, guys, and we are back. That was KPH and the Canary Collective with the marvelous, wonderful, phenomenal work, Damn Damn. I believe she did mention that the song and the video comes out Friday. Is that correct, Kaeley?
Yeah, it comes out Friday, October 4th. So the music video was directed by an awesome music director, video director by Panda Landa, and it was right here in Joshua Tree that we all filmed it with some dancers, and it's really fun. It's us getting our angst out, moving our bodies on the rocks on the full moon. We filmed it on a full moon, and we will have that cool guitar lick was by Connor Whalen. He's a music partner in KPH and the Canary Collective, and so I'm really excited to share it. So much work went into both the video and the audio, and I just want to thank everybody who put so much work into making it happen on a budget. I'm really excited to share it Friday.
Most definitely. I feel privy because I got a chance to watch it. And it hasn't
early.
Yeah. Like it's Christmas. Okay. Wonderful music is always good for me. So let everyone know where they can connect with you online.
Oh, yeah. So the best way to follow my stuff is Instagram at KPH Canary Collective. And you'll see the link in my bio right now is for my Patreon, which is where I post twice a month. I post new songs, new videos, and people can pledge $1 a month or $5 a month, whatever is possible for them. And then you'll get to listen to the whole 14-track album. And my album, my EP that I released 2 years ago, will go to your inbox if you pledge $1 a month. So Patreon is the best way, and then that will help me afford my medicine, and I would appreciate it so much. But if you can't afford to pay a monthly fee, just follow me on Instagram, Facebook as KPH, Twitter, KPH Canary Collective, and that's the root of my online presence. And I'll be on Spotify as of Friday as KPH and the Canary Collective.
Most definitely. Well, I thank you so much for being our special guest today, and I wish you much success. I'll be watching and rooting for you.
Thank you so much. It was so great getting to connect with vigilantes. Thanks for having a meaningful conversation, and I hope you're doing okay in the lightning storm.
I'm sure we'll manage, but thank you very much. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right, speak with you soon. Take care.
You too.
Thank you, my Vigilantes family, as always, for checking out my podcast over here at Vigilantes Radio. All episodes are available for free download, and you can grab that from either Spreaker.com/only1mediagroup, iTunes, YouTube, any app that's on a Google Play or iTunes store, or our website. And that goes from every single episode that we've ever aired. If you'd like to request music or a particular guest or send something for me to play, email it to vradio@only1mediagroup.com. If it's music, please label it by artist and title. Here's my disclaimer. We are genre-free, we do not judge, and we absolutely do not base our opinions on hearsay but facts alone. And actually, you can scratch all of that because all of my opinions are always right. That's the bottom line. This is my show, so deal with it. Nah, just kidding. On behalf of myself, Dini-Mussolini, I appreciate all you guys for tuning in, either afterwards or live with us. Spread the word because sharing is caring. We stepped up our game just for you guys and our guests to make sure that you have the best experience here on our show. Be sure to connect with us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Tumblr, as well as Spreaker. We always follow back. That is the number one rule. Okay, well, just remember to be yourself and be absolutely great at just doing that. Avoid being too comfortable because you're messing with your potential when you do that. Peace and have a good night.
You are now listening to Vigilantes Radio, the people's choice for quality interviews, art, music, and hot topics. Hosted by Demetrius Houdini Black Reynolds of the duo No Longer the Hero. All episodes of this podcast are available for free download at www.onlyonemediagroup.com. This is a Seventh Sign Regime Rebirth Worldwide Syndicate exclusive.